Don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it. Beep, beep, boop, boop, man.
Fuck. Oh, you did it.
Welcome, everybody, to Season 2 of Neon City Daily. I am Jamie.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm probably still Dave.
And, wow, so much has happened since we were last here, guys. Like, I think Christmas and some other stuff.
We did a Christmas stream.
We
did.
Yeah, well, that's... Yeah. We have done that. Yes.
Yeah.
It has occurred.
You sound
You
really...
can't go and watch it. I think you downloaded it for me.
Oh, I probably did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I did.
Oh, yeah, we haven't put it up anywhere
I thought I put it up on the... We're not going to talk about...
No.
If you were there, though, congratulations to the winners of several prizes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there was a good stream. But it's a new year.
Yeah.
And
New years mean new fears.
Yeah, new fears, yeah. Well, some of the old fears as well.
Yeah.
New fears.
A lot of seem to have carried over, to be fair.
Yeah, so only some slight differences. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do audio only on the main show.
Yeah.
So, not most of you consume it audio only from your favourite podcast services and things like that. So, because we are adding a few different things and a new show here and there, we're just trying to reduce the back end workload.
And let's be real, this is a podcast.
It's a podcast. It's audio only. It'll still be on YouTube for those that do watch it. You just won't be able to see our pretty faces. You just look at the logo.
Sorry, lady.
And
The singular lady.
So audio only main show, and then of course I've already announced that we're going to do our cooking show.
Yeah.
Not much can be announced beyond that because we don't know.
What is a cooking show? I don't know, and I'm interested to find out.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
I've already got plans.
It's Nick's baby to a certain degree. I'm very proud of the logo. That's about it, which we own the rights to.
Nice.
That was such a weird transaction. I tell you, buying a banana in a donut and then buying the license to use that image.
That's not the first meal, by the way.
No,
not yet.
No. So, we're still kind of tuning in the finer details, but it's going to be fun.
The
it's going to be
imagery
fun.
of the banana and the donut does make me worried about what the theme of the cooking will be.
Well, it's Nick's baby too, so...
Yeah, and that's another thing.
All these things
Nick's
together.
Baby, so I'm double worried.
Extra worried. Yeah.
No, it'll be good fun. It'll be released once a month because it's a fairly large production undertaking. So if it's anything, I know there's not much context around this, but when I made eggnog for our Christmas stream,
I wish we had recorded that.
It was gold.
hilarity apparently ensued when I tried to use these various utensils. So
any utensil, it didn't matter what you touched, it fell apart in your hand. You got the egg beater and went like, "Don't worry, I know what I'm doing."
Who puts the trigger
and you
makes that the
instantly
release button?
Fired the beaters out of the machine. I died. I'm a ghost now. It was so funny.
Yeah, I really should cook more. Well, I'm going to.
You're gonna.
We're going to.
That's how this works.
And never fear, it will be linked back to gaming, won't it, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some ideas on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Master Chief creme brulee.
Yeah.
We're going to make foods that then pair nicely with a certain game.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like a wine pairing.
Yeah. I was going to say,
games.
most of it's going to be
There
alcohol,
may be
right?
alcohol involved. Yeah.
So, like, if you had a very salty dish, you would be playing.
League of Legends.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, you see? If you're eating a big pile of dog shit, you'd be playing.
League of Legends.
League of Legends. Dota.
So, I'm very excited to kick off the year. That said...
Just Nick.
What have you guys been playing?
Will there be hors d'oeuvres? Sorry, I just want to use that terrible pun.
Are we cooking with prostitutes?
I mean,
don't give him ideas.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as Dave said that, I was like, "There's so many ways."
I saw his eyes light up.
Sorry, I'm setting off now. I apologise.
Oh, I mean,
move on. What have you been playing, Jamie?
Well, I've been playing a few things. I kind of went on a bit of a Warhammer binge for a while there. I was watching like a bunch of like different video game reviews and I ended up running into like just this channel called Mandalore Gaming, And he does like a lot of really just good dry reviews on different kinds of games, a bunch of obscure games, and he also has a bit of a Warhammer fixation. So Steam sales are on, and I was kind of just binging through these. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do want to check out Warhammer Total War and Warhammer Total War 2 and Gothic Armada and Adeptus Mechanicus, and I played some of them even. So I've been playing like a bit of Adeptus Mechanicus, which is a nice combination of Darkest Dungeons and XCOM. Yeah, and like the audio design is really nice.
I did not expect that out of that game, and it's amazing.
So good. And
I did buy that, didn't I? I think I went and found it once you recommended it. Yeah,
you bought it.
Only single player though.
Yeah, only single
okay.
player. But I sat there one day, like my first experience in playing that was me sitting there with just like, ear encompassing headphones on.
Yeah.
And just thinking like, I'm just going to play this. I'm just going to chuck this on for the sake of the fact that, I've got kids and stuff. And I want to get into this. And I was just sitting there like listening to everything.
Yeah.
Because it was so good.
Yeah.
It's good sound design.
It really sucks you in. So I've been going through that, and that's just like a fun kind of dungeon crawler, really, in a lot of ways. And you just kind of like you're leading your troops into this Necron tomb, trying to not wake the Necron, but they're waking up.
They're waking up.
Aren't the Necron
skeletons? Yes.
Oh, I thought they were computers.
They are.
They're computer skeletons.
They are.
They are like they were once living beings who made a deal that basically turned them into Terminators. And they're living metal.
Right.
But
they went and had a big nappy poo.
Yeah, they had a big snooze.
And the sleeping enemy.
Yeah.
And then they started to wake up, and they're scary because they Terminators.
Like the Hive.
Yeah.
Wait, is it the Hive? Mass Effect?
The Reaper. Wait, what?
The Reapers.
The Collectors?
The Collectors.
Yeah, okay.
So many
Yeah, there's a lot of
Dementors, as we've already discussed.
Dementors,
Yeah. When we go into our like weird sci-fi knowledge bank, there's too many
because the Hive is the Halo thing that was
That's
sleeping and woke up.
Yeah.
That was a flood.
The flood. Which one was
Now I need to know where the Hive was from.
I can't remember who the Hive is. I've been trying.
Maybe I've made it up.
There is for sure
there
a
is a
Hive
Hive
somewhere.
in something.
Oh God.
I mean, they are a band from Europe as well.
Yeah.
Well, that might be what we're
true.
thinking.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And I also have been playing a bunch of Yakuza Like a Dragon,
Nice.
which is a very interesting take on the Yakuza games, which are traditionally just like, bare knuckle brawlers. This is a JRPG.
I was going to say, it's the RPG, isn't it?
And it's completely like a completely different protagonist from what you've had in the other series. So a wholly new story, and the entire in-game canon reason for it being a turn-based RPG is that the main character, when he was growing up at the soapland he was raised in, which is like a whorehouse. He
What a nice way of saying it.
He whittled his time away by playing Dragon Quest, and he really liked being the hero in Dragon Quest and doing turn-based battles, and so he just kind of emulates Dragon Quest as he's shaking people down.
He's rolling some dice on the ground next to him.
Dude's an orc. Like, he's just no, I will it into being.
And one of his subordinates at the start of the game is like, I don't know why you just take some punches, then throw some other punches back. He's like, it's like Dragon Quest.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
Jeez.
I like it.
So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm only up to chapter 2. I'm not very far into it, but the combat's really interesting, and just the way that they're kind of making it from that very, very distinct brawler to exact same visual style, same amount of polish and everything. Only the battles are turn based.
Yeah.
It's just this kind of like oddness that I'm really appreciating, and I played a little bit more of Remnant, just kind of like booted that back up again and had to play.
Did you play Total War? You mentioned you bought it, the Warhammer.
Yeah,
one.
I've played a little bit of it. I'm not very good at it.
No, I think I've been meaning to get back into it, and I think I'm playing it on like one of the lowest settings because there's a time limit before the enemy achieves a certain thing that you're trying to interrupt, like casting a spell or something.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't stop them in time. So I just put it on like an easier mode and just kind of getting the tactics down. But it's a good game, set in fantasy.
Yes, it is. And I think it's also set in old fantasy.
Yeah,
so it's not
It's
Sigma.
old.
It's
not
There's
Sigma.
literally rats in there.
The Vermintide.
From the
Yeah, the
Vermintide.
Skaven,
Yeah.
Skaven.
Yeah.
Skaven are in Sigma as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They pretty much everything from Warhammer Fantasy went into Sigma.
Right. Yeah.
But they just kind of like changed the core way that the game is played.
And it was meant to be as a replacement, but now they're bringing fantasy back.
Yeah, they're bringing back the old world or whatever it is. For
I mean, if there's another way to make money, they're going to do it.
That's to make money. That's what they do.
From what I understand, there's like a small and very vocal group who just really want it back.
Yeah.
So I guess,
Yeah.
You're loud enough
cash.
for long enough.
Yeah.
As long as you keep buying the product.
Yeah,
we will
please
make it
buy
for
more
you.
product.
Yeah.
We will make it for you.
Consume product.
That's Sigma.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Jamie just buying boxes of minis.
I want to build my army.
What have you been playing, Nick?
I finished the story for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Wow.
That was massive.
Yeah.
Like I then
I've been playing for about 30 hours, and I don't think I'm anywhere near finishing the story.
I think I peaked at about 120.
Wow.
But I did do a lot of the extra stuff, like ran around collecting a lot of the gear and then like doing a lot of the side missions.
Yeah.
Especially because I found out about certain side missions giving you like armor that I was just like, yeah, I want that armor.
Nice.
And just stuff like that. So no, I spent just a lot of time in that, and I got really sucked into the story and the characters too, especially because like it's a portion of history that, because the thing Assassin's Creed always does, it doesn't necessarily like nail everything being historically accurate, but it'll usually at least like have it kind of set and based around things you can kind of follow.
Do you mean to tell me that Leonardo da Vinci didn't actually modify the assassin's glaive so that you didn't need to cut off a finger in real life?
I mean, maybe. We don't know. Assassins, right?
Is it just me, or have they glazed completely over the whole fact that you're in a simulation?
Because I haven't gone over, like, glazed over that at all.
But does it come up in the game anymore?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it doesn't seem anywhere near as potent or as
I think it depends on which game you're playing, right?
I mean, Valhalla, like, there's literally like sections where, like, especially if you go looking at a lot of the extra stuff, there'll be some stuff in there that's basically like, oh, this is a fucking glitch in the Matrix.
right,
and just that there is like
I've been
stuff
told
in there.
I can hear the voices and things like that.
Yeah, they talk
as part
about
of the
it, so-
story, and you can
if
go back
you-
out and recreate your character. And
if you haven't seen a lot, like, there is a point in the story where you literally like pop out and wander around as the chick who's controlling it, and it like it does play really heavily into the fact that that's what it is.
Yeah,
very late into the story as well.
Yeah,
like that comes up really specifically, and I'm not going to say you have to have played Odyssey.
The first Assassin's Creed.
well, that was the last one I played. Yeah.
I'm not going to say that you have to have played through Odyssey, but I am glad that I did.
Yeah.
For certain elements that then keep coming up.
Is Odyssey the
Greek
Egyptian?
one. No, Odyssey's the Greek one.
The Egyptian one.
Origins was the Egyptian one.
That's the one I've got. I haven't played it.
That's actually really cool too. But I think because I played Odyssey first, I found it really hard to go back to Origins.
Right.
I did. Yeah. I tried Origins. I got it. It came with my Xbox.
Yeah.
I did not gel with the combat system at all.
Yeah, no, it is a bit funky.
Like,
it's a bit odd.
I just wish that they would. I've said it before. I wish that they would actually get rid of all the sci-fi stuff. Like,
just straight up, you're in that period.
I find the sci-fi stuff really jarring. It was interesting in like 2013, but it's I'm pretty over it at this point.
Yeah. But
is it better or worse for you? Sorry, combat system wise, than Rise, Son of Rome?
I hardly played Rise, Son of Rome.
A quick reminder that we discovered you don't have to.
Yeah,
press any button.
Rise, Son of Rome, definitely much easier.
Yeah. You literally play it asleep.
No stakes.
Quick time events, Dave. And if you didn't hit the button...
It still happened anyway?
It didn't matter.
It would just give you points if you actually hit the button. But you could also like plug in your Kinect and shout and it wouldn't register.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a good time.
Man, that Kinect, I'm disappointed that's disappeared because it was never good or well implemented for games. But the sensors and the hardware in it was really good. Yeah. But the way that people used it outside the
there'd
Xbox
be some good homebrew stuff for people.
The outside stuff.
Because the hardware in it was really kind of cutting edge.
It just sucked. Like, I mean, the hardware was really great, but the Kinect itself, like, why would you ever need it? Like
we played rock climbing.
Like the whole thing about the Kinect, like there was like the Kinect adventure thing where you jump up and down and it takes photos of you like doing dumb jumps, and that was cute. But for the most part, it was like, why would I want to, instead of just pressing down on the D-pad and A to launch a game, why would I want to have to like swing my arms around and maybe it will like work and then kind of hover my hand over the thing for long enough?
Like I've got a friend that still uses it to control his whole system.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox uses HDMI ARC, and it can turn on the TV or the sound system.
Yeah, no, the UI stuff, like I found, was great. It was just that as soon as you played a game with it, I was like, the game.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't.
I'm a bit disappointed. Just a bit of a tangent. We got the Switch for my eldest, Eli.
Yeah.
And he watched a bunch of YouTube videos for like the last 12 months on people playing Just Dance.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got that for him. And it's nowhere near as in depth or like the tracking.
No. Yeah.
It's literally just a controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With just a gyroscope in there.
Somewhat sensitive gyroscope.
Yeah.
You can use only one if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you want to give the other Joy-Con to a friend and play
someone else to
two-player.
play, yeah.
So it's a massive cop-out. You've gone from full-body tracking days of like the Kinect and things.
With the Kinect and doing that.
Or even the... didn't the Wii U have a sensor bar?
Yes, yeah. Like the Wii had like the Wiimote.
I was going to say the Wii
just basically
which is essentially what the
Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons are, except even the Joy-Cons now are less accurate because there is no sensor bar.
Because there is no sensor bar, yeah.
So it's just... I was just watching it going... Like, it's just throwing up, oh, you did a great job. That move was perfect. And I'm looking at Eli, looking what he's supposed to be doing. And I'm like, you lie.
It's like when your kid hands you like a drawing and you're looking at it and you're going, what the fuck is this? And the kid's just
Wonderful
like,
child.
it's our house. And you walk outside, you look at the house. It's not our house.
I hope you've done
What
that.
kind of scary shit house did you grow up in?
Like, what do you think? It's like that only in video games.
Taking you for an eye test right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, the I guess at the same time, when you look at it, like Microsoft had like this, very heavily R&D piece of equipment that no one knew how to use, and so it was incredible waste. Meanwhile, Nintendo have implemented the bare minimum you need for motion controlling.
Absolutely,
But they've done it in a way where they go like, this is really just like a little extra afterthought on an already established control scheme. You can use it for other stuff if you really want, but it's not the main focus. And so people have bought the system for like the real games, for lack of a better term, and then maybe you'll buy like a Just Dance or some other little party game, and that's it's just cream on the top of the system,
Like Mario Party has implemented it well, but I assume it was built for the ground up.
Oh, it's a first party title.
Yeah.
So that has it's very limited motion again, but it works, and it takes into account that you're probably sitting down and you're only holding one controller.
Yes. It's limited, and it's limited amount of control, sparing amount of time you need to do it.
Because I can sit on the couch and play Just Dance, and as long as whatever arm moves that's holding the controller moves as it wants to in the video game, I get like 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, I've also been playing Ring Fit, which is really interesting because like you strap one of the controls to your legs, you strap another one to like the ring that you hold. Yeah. And it will like, take into consideration if you're like pushing or pulling on the ring, and it actually works quite well. And if you jog on the spot, your character will move. So if like for like the actual like, do I need to move to do this game properly? Like they've actually worked out how they can make it so that like, yes, you do need to move. You can't just sit on the couch and cheat it. Which I don't know why you would do that anyway for a game called Ring Fit. Like,
if you're going to
play my fitness game, but I'm not getting up.
I just want the numbers. Look at those numbers on the screen.
Yeah. Well, like the PC VR's come a long way, and that's got full body tracking now. It's still a bit finicky. I mean, I'm only based off like Linus Tech Tips. Did a full body tracking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think it's HTC made actual ringlets for your ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they were strapping things to his feet.
So it's like feet and stuff like that. And then he had like a $4,000 sim car, racing car thing. It was supposed to be for the consumer. It was supposed to be no longer
is that
enthusiast.
the ball that you sit in?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was just like it was like a big ball or something.
Yeah.
And it just...
so it can move around.
Yeah, it looks terrifying. And he struggled over a couple of videos to get it all working, I think.
He ended up putting his son in it playing dirt rally. I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
do it. Yeah.
When it worked, it looked
Yeah,
amazing.
it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd love one of those omnidirectional treadmills. That
Yes.
you can't. You get in, and then that you can just run on that, and it will like take into account the acceleration on the treadmill and put that into your character in the game.
You're going to
That
bust
looks,
out some of that early 90s tech.
it looks like a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
but expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Not
it
gonna
is.
do that
Yeah. See,
anytime soon.
So there's only one time I've ever seen those in person, and that was in the early 90s. And
Yeah.
it was because there was like a very specific like tech show thing at the museum.
I remember that.
And they had it there, but it was like this VR like boxing thing.
Yeah,
with
yes,
like full
yes.
motion recorded video on this box that it attached to your head and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'd move around with that omnidirectional treadmill. That is the only time I've seen one of them in
It's
person
coming back.
in my life.
Yeah, as VR improves,
Yeah,
I certainly have seen.
I
people
have
build
thought
them
about
and
it
use
on
them.
the odd occasion and just been
Yeah.
like, that was surely there was merit to that idea.
That was
Like,
that was
that
the 90s. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Do you remember up at like Zone 3 laser tag? They used to have just these headsets that were strapped to the ceiling, and you'd put them over your eyes and you'd play Doom with them.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh
that.
man.
Wow.
Did you see someone play Doom on a pregnancy test?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yes. Yes.
Nuts, yeah.
Dude, if you watch LGR Lazy Game Reviews on YouTube, he looks at like a lot of really old tech.
Yeah.
And pretty much every time he looks at anything, he's like, can we play Doom?
Can
or
we
not?
play Doom on this?
And
Yeah.
more often than not,
Yeah.
yes, he plays Doom on like a camera from like the early
Yeah,
90s.
people put it on like calculators.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
But pregnancy test for me was the pinnacle. I'm like, oh damn,
Do you pee on it to shoot?
that would be pretty good. Anyway, Nick, played anything else?
a lot of
Tangent over.
Cyberpunk, actually.
Yeah, so you playing that the other day. Yeah.
The unfortunate part about that is that I hit my first like rage-inducing broken moment with it.
Oh,
No,
what
no.
happened?
Like, because there's been like
They've
obviously
released multiple
little
patches by
issues.
now.
Yeah, I
haven't
think
they?
1.1 is
Yeah.
today, or no, it was this morning. So I was downloading this morning.
Oh, okay.
But as of the 23rd. But sure, that's nice. But I kind of wish that after not playing it for a couple of weeks because I really, really heavily got into a groove with Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
that I didn't come back and have none of my save games.
Oh no!
Yeah. Like I was a good like maybe 30 hours in.
Are you on fire?
And like I went.
That's
I was
bizarre.
like, I'm going to hit continue. Why is continue not an option?
And that was a known bug, wasn't it? That
I think
a
so.
lot of people complain.
Yeah,
about.
I
That's
just.
rough,
But
dude.
yeah, I ended up having to start it again.
I'm all
No
for giving them
class
some
either.
leniency, but how do you stuff that up?
I don't know.
I mean, that's been the bread and butter of a game for
Yeah.
generations.
They had
Save
one thing
point.
where it's like if your save game goes
It got too big.
if
or-
it goes over 8 megs and it becomes corrupt,
That's
and
what I think I read
there's,
about, yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
way to recover it. But they've since fixed that, so it doesn't do
Yeah.
that anymore. But
Because computers can store more than 8 meg.
No way.
I'll have to research that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, my 640k of RAM
I
is
still
like
use my still got my Nintendo 64 memory
Oh,
module.
your 360k floppy drive is going to to with the ages.
They probably would. Yeah. Probably play Doom on it.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed.
I wonder if I can play
No.
Doom on a VMU.
I wonder if anyone's done that.
Probably.
But yeah, no, Cyberpunk went back to that. Obviously I had to start a new character, so
Okay.
I was just, I guess I'll pick a different guy and kind of canoodle around and
Yeah.
and I have been doing this thing where my like goal in that game is to be so over leveled by the time I do the story stuff that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nice.
Because I'm actually a little bit frustrated that I have to do it again.
Yeah,
Trust me,
yeah.
I'd like to do it again. There's a whole bunch of memorable stuff that I want to do
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
also just like, you've made me do this.
yeah.
So-
Soon as it becomes
There's no
almost
choice
like a chore.
involved.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I've actually ended up, like, I went and started again. That was all well and good, and got through the stuff there, and kind of did what I needed to do to get to a point where I could just roam around. And I've literally just been side questing,
Yeah.
for hours. I don't even know how long, and I haven't had any other big issues. It's still been really fun. After that stream where you showed us how weirdly OP the melee was, I've just been batting people to death. Like it's just
if you can hit people with things, Jamie will find a way.
Yeah, and he found it, and it still works to this day.
I spec my guy out for swords like real hard, and that game is a cakewalk with swords. I'm going to have to play it again and spec into guns because like I finished the game much quicker than I thought I would, and I got to the point where most of the side quests that seemed to be left were just like, "Hey, buy a car." And so I'm like, "Oh man, I really feel like I just blitzed that like way too hard." And even to the point where you know how they got like you got to fight cyber psychos, and they're going like, "Please try to
just
bring them into life."
Knock them out.
I figured out if I just take to a baseball bat with them, it doesn't kill them.
That's apparently non-lethal. Like that's
non-lethal.
That's one of the reasons why I've been running around with a bat.
So I've just been running around going tonk, 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 tonk. My
high-tech weaponry for a high-tech city.
Yeah, man.
My favorite moment in that game easily is there is a boss fight that initiates at one point in the game, and he kind of just like busts through a window, and he's got like these like he's got the arm blades,
the mantis blades,
and I freaked out because like I wasn't expecting this guy to bust through a window, and I just kind of I scrolled up to my weapons on my mouse, and I brought out my mantis blades at the same time. And I was just having this weird fight where I was like parrying his shit with my mantis blades, and it was actually like I got really into it, and I was having a lot of fun with like the parrying system and the timing of the one-on-one thing, and I'm like, I wish there was more of this. It's a lot of like goons who you run up to and you power attack and you cut their head off and you're kind of done with them, and it would be really nice if more people had swords or melee weapons and actually posed a physical threat to you. Who also, if you had melee weapons, because I think that only happens like once.
Well, because I actually am running around with. I looked at the mantis blades. I was like, I don't know, I'm just not really. But I saw the gorilla arms.
I actually spec'd in the gorilla arms,
and like I've been running just like the gorilla arms, and the amount of times I've just like. Whether I've meant to or not, just popped out my arms and just destroyed someone's head. Like just poof. And
gorilla arms are great.
I just love them so much. But then, like you go and do, like there's literally a set of missions. I think it's called Beat the Brat. I haven't gone and done them all yet. But it's like, go and like punch on with these
those
guys.
boxing matches.
Oh, the boxing
matches.
Like when I fought those two twins in the stream.
In the stream, and they just fell over. Yeah.
Was that on easy, Josh? Because I
don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that was just, But
I was not expecting them to fall over in one punch each.
But because I was spec'd into that and I've got the gorilla arms and I'm just like, all right, bring it. Thump. And it's just like nearly every, like the two that I've gone and done have both been over in like 30 seconds because it's been like, ended. Because that's literally how I've been spec'ing in. It's just to do damage like that.
The final fight for that whole series where you're having like a championship fight with a dude.
Yeah.
That is really good as well, but that's also one where I found like I needed to like parry, otherwise I was just dead. Because he would just like...
Because I will fully admit that I don't even quite get the parry system at the moment. I haven't had to use it.
It's just the timing of
block as they attack.
As they attack,
But the thing about that is that like with the way that the punches happen in boxing, you don't really know. There's no visual feedback, and you can see a guy like punch at you, and his hitbox extends well beyond that punch, and you're like, "Oh, there goes all my health. What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
So that's something that I hope that they clean up.
They look at,
Dave, what have you been playing?
Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about Cyberpunk, Dave?
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah. It's what I think the sequel to Deus Ex is. It's much better than the Deus Ex sequel I played. So.
Definitely better than Deus Ex 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Or what was the other? There's like one called like Snowblind or something like that which was meant to be Deus Ex 3, but they rebranded it at the last minute. And thank God they did, because wow, it's bad.
It's not great.
But I'm loving Cyberpunk.
Did you like Human Revolution?
No.
Oh yeah, the newer Deus Ex games. I forgot
I've
about
started
them.
playing Human Revolution. It just didn't grab me.
When I say Deus Ex 2, I mean Clan Wars. I don't mean Human Revolution.
But I had started using the smart guns in Cyberpunk, and that's just really dull. It's like, I'm pointing in your general direction.
It's
handy, like, oh, look, it's going to shoot down that elevator and get you.
Yeah.
But I've gone back to just regular guns, so I can actually go, look, I can aim.
Yeah.
Sweet. You do find like a smart gun that has an AI in it, and it will like be like, do you want baby mode where I just shoot them in the legs, or do you want cool guy mode where I shoot them in the head?
Nice. And I enjoyed the reference to Portal. That was fun.
Oh yeah,
There
that was such a weird thing for me because like I'm thinking Portal came out in like what 2008. That is not a timely reference. They even throw
There's
in
a
a
big
cake
fan at CD Projekt
Yeah,
Red.
no, there's
Yeah.
someone there that
Yeah.
enjoyed that game for a lot longer.
Speaking
than
as an old man,
anyone else
I enjoyed
did.
that reference.
Yeah,
Can't say I ever played Portal.
I actually got really thrown off by there was a mission where you can walk, like you can when you go into the hotel, there's a mission that everyone will see and do when they play that game, and it's like your buddy's going up to the hotel room, but you can check out the bar if you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the point of checking out the bar? Can I go get drunk? Oh, not really. Can I talk to anyone?
Classic Nick. Can I get drunk?
and then I walked around the corner. I'm like, who is that? Someone talking like something in Japanese in this country. And I was like, wait a minute. That's Hideo Kojima.
Oh, that's where he was. I
so-
missed him.
I had no
really?
idea who it was.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just like,
I've been there. I've done that. But I was
yeah.
like, they're talking. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Just talking about how like the medium of movies is like something that's moved to a point where it's not sure if it can progress, but video games can be used for more than what they are. And I was
Kojima
like-
would say that.
And I'm just like, you're there.
Do you think Kojima at this point suckles at the teat of his own?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he plays into his own thing. I feel like he's...
Some people have created this legend about him. And
I feel like he definitely is in there. Like, whether it's sincere or not, he's definitely whatever it is that he's playing.
I think it's very telling that like the moment that he leaves Konami, their Metal Gear games are shit and are never made ever
that
again.
too,
That like, maybe there is
There's obviously no
There's
denying
something
he's
there.
good at what he does.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely
Yeah.
good at what he does. He just,
I haven't played Death Stranding yet, though. I have to do that.
Yeah, true. I haven't
It
actually...
looks boring as batshit.
touched it either.
No one
Who
trusts
knows? Not me. I haven't
Yeah, I
played
was
it.
not me. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished Metal Gear 5, to be
Oh,
real.
Nick, you got to
Like,
do
I
that.
just kind of never got back to it. I think
That-
I got maybe halfway through.
That's worth
I played
finishing.
one on the PS. Was it one?
Yeah, it was on the PS1.
On the
first one.
PS1? Yeah, that's all I've played.
Did,
No, I downloaded the free.
There was a free one on. Was it Epic or?
Maybe it wasn't
or
free.
Gold?
It was the prequel to, or like the short little one
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah.
5
Yeah.
came out.
Ghost Protocol,
No, it's not
whatever
Ghost Protocol.
protocol, something.
Phantom.
Phantom Pain. No, that's
Phantom
that
Pain's
is 5.
Phantom Pain is 5.
What was the one before?
Oh, that's what I'm trying to think of. It's like I thought it was like a poopy protocol.
Oh, my old
poop
my old man
protocol thing.
brain is
'Cause
not
it was-
remembering things anymore.
Your old man brain.
Yes, David, my old man brain. We all have one now.
That said, I did play and enjoy you play as the Blady guy.
Revengeance. The
oh,
action
right.
one.
Yeah, Revengeance, right.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. I remember watching that at your house, Jeremy.
That was
and
amazing.
I went and got and played. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Well, that was we played that for the old like No Train stuff that we used to
did?
record,
Yeah, right.
and we did a full playthrough of it, and Jamie like played it, and I just sat there and yelled at everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the views on your Devil May Cry
No,
What?
video? You guys played Devil May Cry, and there was a ridiculous buggy part
Oh,
to it.
that was just Jamie being a dick.
Yeah, that was-
I think.
Oh, was
yeah,
it?
no, that was
Yeah.
just Jamie.
It looked like a bug.
Jamie just found
No,
a
that-
broken part in that game. That
Ground
was
Zeroes,
awful.
by the way.
Ground Zeroes.
Ground Zero.
There you
Yeah.
go. Ground Zeroes was amazing.
Yeah.
And so Jamie was just like, haha, check this out.
I was just air juggling with the guns forever. Is that the
Yeah.
one? you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. It's doing well.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. I just remember, you put that song over it. That
Yeah.
to be the best,
Yeah.
you got to pass the test. That Tenacious D
Yeah,
song.
yeah. It's like really, really amping up just how stupid,
Just how stupid that was.
compared to, all the other Devil May Cry games where you got to try to win.
Yeah.
Where you got to
This one's
try.
like, I just jump down, smack a guy up in the air, and then just juggle him forever, and he dies eventually.
So, Dave, anything else?
Just a little bit of League of Legends, of course.
Of course.
A little bit. Don't lie.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, we've been hitting it hard.
We've been trying.
And this
try
year I've
harder.
decided
No.
I'm going to be very unashamed of it.
No.
Because you guys...
When have you ever
You
been
know-
ashamed
you
of
know-
I don't remember you not being.
Consider this. I have been very controlled in how much I talk about LOL.
It's pretty. Isn't that just because we're going to abuse the shit
Yes.
out of it?
And because it just be like a one-way
But I'm going to
conversation.
stand up and I'm going to say no.
I just
So get ready for more LOL.
All right, well, you let me know when you're going to go on a tangent, and I'll get my phone out.
I mean, the item rework. Oof, boy, howdy.
Yeah. Look, we really need to try and get a bronze
We
broadcast.
have
do
actually
your other
recorded. Well, we
podcast.
have recorded something.
It's probably
Out of
fairly
date
irrelevant
now.
now.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the
We've recorded us playing a
secret special
game.
place.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah,
Oh.
Might
we'll
add
put
some more
gameplay
talking
up.
to it.
Yeah, we'll throw that up. How about we do that? We'll see what the reception is. Probably going to go gangbusters.
Oh, of course, it's
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah,
It's huge.
probably going to become our bread and butter.
Is it weird that I almost hope it brings in like a flux of abuse? Like, it just,
I mean, that's fairly expected.
yeah, like just the general League of Legends community sees
But
it.
with the viewers.
Nick's
They
just like, I
just-
hope your balls get nailed to the wall. Is that weird?
That's what I expect out of people that watch League of Legends stuff by choice, is that they're gonna be mad all the time about everything.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I
watch quite a lot, and I'm fairly nuts.
But most people we play with have been pretty cranky. It seems to be the first game we play of a night
Yeah.
that's the dicks.
Arse Hat City.
Right.
It's just insane, and it's consistent. So like that's our warm up game.
Yeah.
We always call it our warm up game because like I
your
play a lot of
first game.
ADC, and you got to click a lot, and it's just not happening.
I wonder if you took the amount of time that you spent on League of Legends, and if you put it in to Warcraft, how many
Warcraft.
Don't take him away from me.
into whatever. How many?
Don't do it to me, Jamie.
I can't.
Would your
I-
army be
Jamie,
painted by now?
stop.
I physically can't stop. I think it's unhealthy.
You've got a
It is
compulsion
unhealthy,
at this
yeah.
point. Yeah.
But but yeah, like the first game of the night, you kind of always get your warm up, but you also
Yeah.
get like all the trolls out of the way.
The heavy inter.
They triggered you pretty hard. There was the one
Yeah.
game where we didn't play together in the
I didn't
lane. We
get my
weren't
cat.
duoed.
So I had to play another character. And the ADC also chose one who's not particularly aggressive or shouldn't be aggressive early on. But he would jump
Yeah.
in forward and then go, "Oh, you didn't help me."
She played much like Jamie would when you used to play.
I don't remember that because it's been so long.
Just run in, big sword, hit
They're
things.
also
literally
playing
just-
into a hook champion. So they can just basically grab you and pull you in.
Okay.
So he was constantly
So
Look
he-
at the
he was
keen
like
interest in Jamie's
He
eyes.
was like the roadhog of the League of Legends games.
he was completely it was blitzcrank for those
Okay,
listening.
I'm going to take back what I said about talking about LOL on the main show. We're going to do that.
Oh no, I got triggered. That's why I'm like,
we're going to do that in a different show.
I was just getting pinged constantly by this guy who was complaining that he was dying.
Yeah.
right.
Clearly it
Sounds
was my
like a
fault.
him problem.
Everyone in LOL has to blame someone else when
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
go
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
It's,
yeah, yeah.
it's natural. But I'm sure that's not exclusive to League of Legends.
No, no.
It's definitely pronounced in League of Legends, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Everything is.
It's
yeah.
expected in League of Legends.
I still stick back and like one of the games that gave me the most joy out of interacting with people like that is still Rainbow Six Siege. I never back when I was playing a lot of Halo 3 because I got really good at it, I'd get a lot of abuse back then. And that was like, who cares because I'm going to murder you. And so that was how I treated it. I never really answered anyone. I just kind of kept gunning them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like you go into Rainbow Six Siege, you actually have a lot of downtime between rounds and
Yes.
deaths and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff. And so like that was when suddenly I started getting like abuse again.
I feel that
And I
downtime
was
in these
loving
games is
every
like
second
the
of it.
worst idea, like design wise, because like you think about League of
What's
Legends,
the-
if you die, you're down for like a minute. Plenty of time to say I fucked your mum.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fudged your mum. And it's like get rid of the downtime. Like when we were playing Halo 3 and before team chat was a thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, before we had
just had
parties and
open
that kind of
mics for
stuff.
everything. Every now and then you get like a little bit of sass here and there, but it wasn't that bad. It was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, in LOL, if it's getting to you and you have the presence of mind to do this, you can turn off all chat.
I will, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I would, like in fact, in most games like that are multiplayer, I will turn off I'll turn off chat, I'll turn off voice chat. I don't want to hear these people because I don't want people.
When I
harshing
play
my
by
vibe.
myself and Dave's not on and people start having a go, whether they're on my team or the other team, I find just all I write is okay. Okay. And they'll go, "Oh, you're so mad." And you're like, "Okay." And they're just trying to constantly get a reaction.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. And you know they're seething over there.
Just
like,
don't react to them in that way.
yeah.
Like the problem is I tend to take it the other way, where I had a lot of fun with one guy very specifically on Siege because like it just ended up being this weird conversation about how not only did I fuck his mum, but I dropped him when he was a baby. And like the problem is that he's the one that jumped at me and was abusing me. So I was just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to be very cautious about this so I don't get my Xbox Live account banned.
Yeah.
Just used very long, horrific terminology to make sure that he understood that I was older than him and I could have been his
You are
dad.
the alpha.
By the way,
Who's your
I am-
daddy?
Yeah.
That's why your mum said to call me dad. Like it was just, and it was weeks. Because he just didn't stop answering, but I was just like, oh, that's pretty funny, buddy, but what about this? Like, and it just...
My personal favourite was in the lobby of a LOL game.
Oh, wow.
And it's, are you allowed in your mum's room? And they're like, what? They just stop abusing you in all caps and they go, why? I'm like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, well, you can wake me up at 7 a.m, please. and then the caps resume with like just increased speed.
Yeah.
I'm angry.
But then you just, as long as you get the punchline in and then quit,
Yeah, no, and that's... that's how
they
you
can't
do it.
talk to you. And it's hilarious because then they add me to the friends list.
Jeez.
It's just so they can get the last word in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then you just accept and go, okay.
So, Josh, what have you been playing?
Yes, I've been
people's
playing.
hearts.
Yeah, LOL. I mean, I've been doing a lot of painting on my Warhammer, to be honest. I've played a bit of Martyr. I went back to Frostpunk, which has been really fun. To the point where I've had to read up on some strategies and things like that. So I don't claim to be good at these games, but I really like them. And this one has been particularly... I mean, its claim to fame is that it's challenging.
Yeah, yeah.
And I refused to turn down the difficulty from normal
Yeah,
to
that's
easy.
fair.
I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the climax of the original campaign, and this is not a spoiler in any way, but there's a big
It gets cold.
storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gets colder, and so it's already cold. You're already battling several cold-related conditions and ailments.
Get your thermal pants on.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, there's a big, even colder storm, so you got to stock up on resources.
Yeah, yeah.
It's raining fridges. We're in trouble.
And so, yeah, like, but before that, there's a point where I think no matter how well you're doing, there's a point where they call them the Londoners.
Right.
And they want to break away from your new city and go back to London because they're like, surely mighty London, you know, can't have fallen.
Right.
Like,
There's so many radiators in London.
Yeah, there's
It's got to
Yeah,
be
it's
okay.
just
They
like-
never played Hellgate.
They're like, they're like really unhappy with you as a leader and things like that. So the first real challenge that I came up against is that the number of Londoners, as they're called, increases.
Right.
And you've got to do what you can as a leader
Try and
to
placate
build entertainment or heaters.
You can't
stuff
just
like that.
sort of...
You
off
can't
them,
ignore
off
it
them
because
Yeah, just-
because the whole you
need
need
them.
those people to the workers and engineers are the two types of civilians, and you need them both to keep production running.
You also need food. I think
Yeah.
there's a third option here.
So but the more the Londoners, the more people that they can bring to their side
Yeah, yeah.
to then at the countdown at the deadline leave for London.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't care about them, let them die in the snow, but
Yeah, yeah.
they're going to
but
take
still,
with,
they're
you
gonna
know.
take people with them.
So that's when you sign into law, child labour.
Cool.
Of course it is. Yeah.
As you would.
Yeah,
As you do.
Yeah. So like I tend to find myself because you can sign in laws every couple of days or something.
Yeah.
In game time.
Right.
And there's several trees you can go down. I always end up going down like the very dictator. Like, instead of going like appeasing them with like peace and religion
You're not
or even
altruistic at all.
or even propaganda, you can guard towers, beheadings in the Central Park and all this
Really
kind of thing.
returning
Like,
to your roots.
it works though.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, I've been really enjoying Frostpunk. Again, it's much like Hades in the sense that it's a game that you will often fail at, or I will.
Right.
And you know, if you are an hour or an hour and a half in to something like Frostpunk on one session, one attempt, and then you fail, or you know you're going to fail, you can see it's not going to happen. You know, a lot of games I won't start again. But I'll instantly just go, new game, and then do it all over again. Because
Okay.
You're enjoying the process of
you're
it.
just enjoying the process, and there's enough ways to do it differently to see if it affects the outcome. So,
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
so yeah. Other than that, just a bit more League of Legends. I get frustrated with Frostpunk. Play some LOL.
Oh yeah, because that's so soothing.
That's
It
such
doesn't
a.
do anything to appease my anger, but
I came home yesterday after work after a crap day and was like, I'm not going to play LOL. I'm already self-tilted in real life. I don't need to play LOL right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
yeah.
I hate being tilted.
I still play LOL when I'm angry and upset.
I may have noticed once or twice.
That's fine.
That's what we're working on this year.
This is why you need to spec into baseball bats in Cyberpunk.
That's true. Yeah.
It is really
Or I
satisfying.
should just go and play Siege again.
Yeah, I was going to say, or just play Siege. It's
But there's no cross-team chat, is
See-
there?
Don't think so.
Don't
Voice
think
chat.
so,
Like, you
no.
can voice chat
Not
with your own
voice chat,
team.
no, you can only
Siege
voice
feels
chat
like
with your
another
team.
game that it's like you could play it, sure, but it's also got that downtime where people will just rage.
Well, there's only really downtime if you die.
Yeah.
Like if you win.
yeah, that's a,
Then you're the guy just shitting on them in
you're
chat.
that's a big if, though. You know, like
See, I this is why like I've got my mains, my defense main and my assault main.
Yeah.
And I got pretty good with them.
I
that
miss
was-
Quake so much.
Yeah, same.
We know.
Yeah.
It's just
We've been there with you, Jeremy.
I miss good games.
Dude, Siege is not bad.
No, Siege.
I
is-
really, really enjoy
I
Siege.
I did not expect.
It's
to
too
like
slow and
Siege.
tactical
Yeah.
for you, though.
It's
Yeah.
just slow. It's
Yeah.
not the tactical element is fine, but like if you die, you're done. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I
Nothing
like
to do.
Siege. I haven't played it
I
well.
love
I
Siege.
played it. I got about 120 hours on it, and most of that is in the first couple of months that it was
Yeah.
out. Like I
Yeah.
played the beta, and because remember
A lot
it
more
was that
characters and
it was
stuff,
that
yeah.
up against Hardline. Was it Hardline?
Yeah.
Battlefront
Back in
brought
the
out a
time,
game.
yeah.
Battlefront. Battlefield.
Battlefield?
Battlefield
Yeah.
brought out a
I
like,
remember
Yeah, that
Hardline.
was
A
their
version
offshoot.
of it.
Yeah, Hardline.
it was like DVD versus Blu-ray. It's like which one's going to come out
yeah,
on
it
top?
was,
For a while there, before it kind of degraded, when it first arrived, I was really into Overwatch. Like for the
Yeah.
first, I think maybe like 6-7
played a
months
few
of Overwatch,
matches
I
with
was
it, yeah.
I was really really into it, and that was like I was living in Canada at that point, so you guys went around the same time that I was online,
yeah.
so it's just me playing it on my own, but for the most part, like it's really good. Like there was like this weird kind of like asynchronous thing where like the different characters had all these different abilities, which not really something that I'm totally into. However, like it was it was fast. If you die, you're back right away. Like it was like it was quicker, and
harken back a bit to that, like the good old Unreal.
yeah,
and Quake
it
kind
did.
of days of
It
team
was,
deathmatch.
It's basically King of the Hill team
Yeah.
deathmatch with like quirky characters.
Yeah.
And I mean, pretty much all like the fun people have gone now, and it's just kind of like just angry people because like once again they introduced like leagues
Seasons
and
and
seasons,
leagues,
and so
yeah.
you got to go into like a ranked league and get up there and stuff, and people put way too much
Emphasis on
on getting up to a certain rank, and it completely kills like the fun mood of the game and suddenly makes it something else. It turns it into like a competition where it's win or go home.
Yeah,
People take it too seriously, and I dropped off after that. But the first few months, really good. And I hope that there's another game that comes along soon that kind of replicates that and then holds on to that feeling and doesn't.
If they want esports, so
Yeah.
they always go
Yeah.
competitive.
So that's the thing, though. Like that is at the moment, that is the exact kind of game I'm looking for. Is something to replicate that.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting so like I just sat back one day and my brain went, "You want to play just normal matchmaking? Everyone's the same blue fucking soldier. Like
Yeah.
who gives a
Yeah.
shit? Like oh look, you've got your default guns. Pick some shit up on the way.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of had that thought, but I was like, what?
What has that
do I
now?
even play
Yeah.
with that now? And like,
Yeah.
especially because I'm sitting there at the Xbox, so I'm relatively like, yet again, it's like I don't have the other libraries to try and draw from either. And I was like, do I download Destiny again? But then as soon as I even mentioned that to someone, they're like, no, everything's broken now. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Everything,
Great.
and in Destiny's the same
And-
thing where it's like it's all stats and
Yeah,
guns
yeah.
that you've like. There's no equal playing field when you
Yeah.
start. Like you all just start with like
You
a
just
machine
go.
gun and a fist, and you
Yeah.
go like, how can I get 5 people to get
It's
the
the
guns?
skill that is
Yeah,
the ultimate
that's it.
decider.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what I would like a game to go back to, and just be a good, normal, going, no thinky, matchmaky, shooty game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, oh, that character's got double Ds and PPSs, and so you've got to upscale the trench runner.
I hate
it's like I
upscaling
don't
the
give a
trench runner.
shit about any of this.
Especially when the double D's get in the way.
the double
terrible.
Ds,
I
yeah.
couldn't give any fucks about any of that. I
Hell.
want to go do shoots.
You know what? I'll even go one step further back. I want a manual server browser.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to.
matchmaking sucks dick. I want a server browser.
I want to be
You know
able
what
to create
doesn't
my own
suck dick,
server.
though?
No.
The new segment I'm about to introduce.
What's that, Josh?
See, that I was waiting for the perfect segue.
You wait till I was halfway through a round. Like, let me interrupt
I could
you.
see where it was going, and I agree though. Manual browsers need to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, being productive or pooping productively. That's the working title. It may or may not have theme music that I'm going to add in afterwards in the post.
So this is just going to be like a day to day. Like, how can I
Okay, so this will be a
do my
season.
poos, but also
This will be a
not fail my
season.
job.
This will be a season-long thing, right? Okay. And at the end of it, there will be a winner amongst the three of you.
Oh, no.
Okay, because all we do on this podcast is talk about my pooing.
No,
Yeah,
that
we-
is not true.
And I thought,
we have spent some time on it.
yeah,
I'll give
I
you
thought
that.
let's be a bit more productive with it. Let's make a thing of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of my pooing. Okay.
Clearly, you're not.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, yeah.
So, I'm going to give you each podcast
Oh, no.
3 things that I have achieved in a day over the
Yeah.
over the previous week, and all you need to do is tell me: was I on the toilet,
The answer is always yes.
or was I not on the
Oh,
toilet?
God.
All right, well, begin.
Or should have you been on the toilet at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
True.
have
Should've
you, have
been,
you
that's
prepared an
troubling.
example for us?
Yes, yeah.
All right,
So we're going to start right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you got something to record our winnings with, or are you
That's
just...
all right. Yeah. In post, I'm going to write them down.
Okay.
Okay. So don't stop recording. Knock the mouse. Okay. So I'm going to go Dave, Nick, and Jamie.
All right.
And you tell me pooping, not pooping.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Reorganized my car insurances.
Pooping.
Nick,
Yeah, pooping.
Pooping.
I was not pooping.
How is that not something you do while pooping? I know how long you
I
spend in the
had to
toilet.
call someone.
You can
Really?
That-
Just
you've
do it online.
taken-
What are you doing?
You've
I know-
taken
yeah.
your wireless headset to take a piss before.
on stream.
I'm not going to be surprised if you call people.
No one gets
while
a
you're
point.
shitting. God damn it. Yep.
You sure you weren't pooping? Really? Come
I
on.
was not pooping. No.
I reckon
really
this bastard
Wasn't a little
pooping.
sharp, just a little after, just
There
slight-
ever a time
Anyway,
where Josh
anyway,
is crowning.
next.
Second, talking about my income and assets with Centrelink.
talking to them.
Talking to
Talking
Centrelink.
to them.
I'm not going to tell you what. It could have been online. It could have been via the phone.
I'm just going to say pooping again.
I'm going with pooping for
Pooping.
sure.
I was pooping. And I was on the phone doing.
Exactly. You will call people on the phone, and my first thought was, it's pooping, because I know what that hold time is like.
Yeah. Centrelink, there's no way you can call Centrelink and not need to shit somewhere in that interaction.
that 24 hours you're willing
Who
to
you are.
Third scenario. Teaching my son how to tie a shoelace.
Oh, see, I can see the logistics. You're sitting down. Yeah, we'll go pooping again. Why not? Who cares?
I'm going to say not pooping for the sake of
Which
hope.
son?
Eli.
I'm kidding. It was pooping.
Hey?
Pooping.
I was pooping.
God damn it. I give you the benefit of the doubt on one.
I just saw the logistics of him sort of leaning forward on
Oh,
the throne.
I could see
He
how.
bailed when it got too smelly.
So you say teaching. And
How do I
just-
tie my shoe? Come here and I'll show you. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, Velcro's fine.
Not worth
Velcro's
it, I'll get
fine.
slip-ons.
Velcro and slip-ons.
So that's 2 points to Dave, 1 point to Nick, and 2 points to Jamie.
Wow.
Let's see how this plays out over the season. I'm excited.
Do you need to do a poo?
I haven't eaten enough.
He's jostling himself around.
Recording
Yeah.
the podcast. Pooping.
Oh, so happy.
Just for the record, Josh has been eating ham occasionally during this podcast.
Yeah, this entire podcast, he's just been snacking on
And we're not
ham.
talking like some quality like Spanish.
No,
no,
and this
it's
is just
leg ham, right?
sandwich ham.
Cheapest Woolies long
Processed
life ham.
sliced ham. This is why you do all your productive stuff on the crapper.
That's why one of the reasons why I knew you'd have to poop in that Centrelink call this
Yeah.
time period.
Yeah.
I bet you were drinking milk when you rang them as well. I bet you just chugged a carton of milk. And as soon as somebody picked up after the 45-minute wait time, you're like, I gotta go. And
The
that's where
really
I go.
awkward part of that is that it was about a 2-minute wait time.
And
so-
you flushed while on the.
So I was very productive, let's say, whilst talking to this poor, very British and upper class guy too.
Yeah. He would have been a backpacker. He was just,
Yeah, probably,
He just ended
yeah.
up down here. He
Yeah.
got stuck as a COVID.
He's going to want to leave now. Like,
Yeah, after he listens to this, he's going to know.
Guys, how good are computer games? Computer
Very
games are
good.
great.
This reminds me of the computer game, the classic computer game that you no longer sadly can play anymore because it was a Flash game called Don't Shit Your Pants. Now,
Rest in peace, Flash.
also, that's something that we should tackle. Flash is gone.
Flash can
Yeah.
die in a fire, to put it
So
as
many
Nick would.
good Flash games, though.
Yeah, that
Flash is a piece of shit.
You can actually get around it, though. There are ways.
Yes,
It's okay.
you can get browsers that still have Flash enabled on them, specifically for that. But yeah, there are so many games that people starting out have.
Well, it's an easy way to get in, isn't it?
Creating
Creating.
Flash. You think about like all the content
felt that through the floor, I swear.
in Newgrounds and stuff like that, and it's actually quite a tragedy that there is, like, for the most part, we have lost access to a lot of these games, and there's no easy way to kind of like get them back. Particularly how it used to be, you could just download like the Flash file, and then you could run it in like just an executable
window,
Flash
yeah.
player. They got rid of that ages ago. You had to run it through your web browser, and now it's disabled because of security reasons, which is fine. But there should be a way to get to all this content that people have created over the years, and I think it's a real tragedy that Adobe just like
No,
nuked
it's
it.
gone.
It's really sad.
And they were almost kind of forced to, because a lot of organisations preempted it stopping by saying, look, it's just such a leaky hole when it comes to security. We're going to disable it in the browser. We're going to disable it in our application. And then Adobe just said, well, the industry's moving on.
we will nuke
We're
everything,
just
yeah.
going to stop.
And so now they've rebranded it as Adobe Animate, and it's a piece of shit to animate with. So like, great, good job. People do like to use it, but I think it's just because they don't know any better.
Well, I was going to
be
say, I think
honest.
it's just because it's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's when you've got the thing that is everywhere and you know about the thing and you see so many other things made in the thing, like, people starting out are going to pick it up.
Like I look at you ever seen freaking Wakfu?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's animated in Flash.
Yeah, I thought
and I
so.
feel really bad for the people who animate, because it's beautifully animated. But I look at it and I just go, that's so much work for what they've done. and they also Devilman Crybaby was animated in Flash.
Oh, that's...
And you look at that and it's just like, that would be hell.
Yeah.
That would be so shit to do. Flash sucks.
I don't see, I'm like...
Does Flash suck, or does Adobe suck for stopping Flash?
Adobe have sucked.
Adobe sucked for years, yeah.
Yeah.
No one sucks harder than Adobe. I tell you what.
I don't know.
They're basically
mean-
vacuum cleaners.
Just sucking up that cash from that yearly subscription
Sucking up our
fee.
souls. Freaking,
I do pay subscription,
Yeah,
actually.
that's one way we edit the video podcast.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why. I'm just thinking about like old like stuff from the era that I associate Flash with.
Yeah.
And it's like when we're in college and shit. That's
Yeah.
the era. That's pretty telling, I think.
Yeah.
That I literally associate Flash with something from 15 years ago.
Sure.
But
It was Macromedia back then.
yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it made me immediately think. Do you remember Robot Bastard?
Yes.
That short that
Yeah,
got made.
that
That
was
was amazing.
Is that Doug TenNapel?
I think so.
I think it was.
Yeah, but then there was like Sock Baby as well.
Yeah,
Like that's
also
the
Dr.
other thing
Navel.
that I think was Dr.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I had this conversation the other day. Do you think like people would be mad about that now if they watch Sock Baby again, not knowing how long ago it came from? And there was that portion where
Tell your alien bosses that Ronnie Cordova
says they're gay.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I don't know how.
People
I
wouldn't
don't know how
appreciate
far
that as
I'm
much
at.
as
No,
they did back then.
Yeah, no.
There's no room left anymore for...
No.
It's all politically incorrect.
Well, that to be fair, that was
it's-
pretty dickish.
Yeah.
So I get that. But
But there's a lot of things that don't fly anymore that I think should. But
Yeah, we know what you think should fly.
that's just my personal opinion.
But back then, that was the thing. Like a lot of the stuff to do with that it was amazing when you could, like people that had like no budget. It was a lot of people were using things other than Adobe, even back then, that Adobe was it Premiere at the time.
Yeah. Premiere,
but it was like that was like a joke among a lot of video editors and camera people because it was just like, I'm not filming a wedding.
Yeah, what was the shit that they used before? It was like
Well, I mean, there was like a lot of people got
Final
really pretentious for Final Cut.
Yeah,
Pro,
Final Cut. Yeah,
and that was the Mac specific one.
Yeah,
that was what. That was
Final
why everyone
Cut
had a bunch of
Pro.
Macs. Had a Mac.
yeah.
Can you even buy the Creative Suite anymore? Just
I don't think so.
There was
I
like
don't think
Creative
so.
Suite 2012 CS.
Yeah, I
2013.
think-
I'm pretty
it's
sure
all
you just
subscription
give
now.
It is
Adobe
all
money forever. If
Yeah.
you
Which
want
is
to
why
use
I
it.
just don't.
Yeah.
Just find alternatives because they again suck.
There is a lot of alternatives now too, and that was what I was going to say. Was a lot of the stuff back then was for live action stuff and filming things and camera work. It was like, that was all well and good, but it was just so much harder to find someone that could, put a video together.
Yeah.
But now there is so many alternatives to
Yep.
Adobe that,
Oh, the
generally
internet's a wonderful
we
place.
can just
You'll
chuck some
find
stuff
something.
together. So
Yeah.
it's like, now it's almost that same kind of thing as what Flash used to be back then. It was just the thing that everyone knew and everyone used it. But now there is so many alternatives. It's like, do we really want to give Adobe money?
Yeah, well,
Not
I mean,
really.
and when like going back to like, it's such a shame that we're losing all of these these games to the fact that
The
Flash is
death of
gone.
Flash.
What people are using instead is like HTML5 and
Yeah.
Unity and the
HTML5
web
is a
plugins.
thing of beauty.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but yeah, like there's
Josh's dick just hit the table.
there are these other things that people can use. Although I do worry that like the beautiful thing about
As long as
Flash,
it's not Java.
the beautiful thing about
JavaScript.
Flash was that it was super duper accessible and the programming language was very, very easy and it allowed people to get their start very quickly. They can make some art assets, do some really easy action script and just go for it.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that that's no longer going to be the case and it's a real shame.
Did you
Hard
guys
to be
ever
a
try?
one-man band.
Did you guys ever try hacking?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, a little bit.
Only
Sub
pieces
7.
of wood.
Yeah.
Sub 7. Back in the days where you could attach, it was like a little executable or something.
Yeah, it was like a
To a
7
file.
meg
So you'd be like,
executable or
on
something.
MSN Messenger, you'd be like, check this picture out. I'm
Yeah.
like, sucker. Gotcha. Put my black hat on, and as I start
jeez.
opening and closing your CD
This
tray,
time, yeah.
and they'd be like, "No, dude, my computer's freaking out." And I'm like,
Put a
"Oh, what's
virus on
going
my
on?"
machine.
Yeah.
See,
And
the
they're
sad
like,
thing
"Oh."
is no CD drives now, or less of them now.
Oh,
so you
yeah,
just
it's
can't
true.
do
Yeah.
You
anything.
can't- that's you just make their RGB flicker.
It is the downside to having moved my computer to where I can't see it.
Can't see.
Yeah, you
the
did
no
CD tray
RGB.
opening.
For like both,
When I go to do washing,
you'll see
So
it.
you
much
better
RGB.
believe I'm going to turn the lights off in that room and just dance
Just
along to the
watch it.
RGB.
I think what's really important is that like we quickly just go over that you've taken your computer and moved it into the adjacent room, which is your laundry.
Yes.
You did a little bit of handy DIY stuff. If this is if you're watching the YouTube video, Josh, I want you to just put a picture of the hole in the ceiling that you've made,
No.
suggest
just
that,
to show you.
actually.
No.
People have to
Yeah.
know now because it's already in.
I'm sure it will happen at some point.
So-
Wink.
yeah. Yeah, rather than trying to explain what I've done,
Show them,
I'll show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think
I think
We
everyone
can
should.
put it on Facebook. We can put it on Twitter. It's
Yeah,
fine.
everyone will benefit from that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm just. I don't know if I want to open myself up to more criticism. And it was already hurtful that.
No,
Well,
it's
you've
fine.
opened
It's
your
already
brief.
hurtful that the most,
That's what
the
we're here
deep,
for.
most genuine laugh I've heard from Jamie in a long time was from here when he went to the laundry. And you can obviously, you've laughed when you've seen the first hole. And then you've stuck your head in the cupboard and you've seen the proper hole in the roof that I've made for the ventilation. It's just,
It's a thing of beauty.
it's just so raw, dude.
yeah. That's what happens when you use a bread knife.
Which he has left in the ceiling.
I was like, did
Yeah.
you just use like a shitty handsaw? No, it was a bread knife.
Turns out plaster's easy to cut, but it doesn't cut cleanly when you use
Not
a
if a
bread
bread
knife.
Not with a bread knife, no.
Oh man.
And then I found out that the plastic vent, so if you want to put a passive vent in your roof, you literally just cut a hole in the plaster and then they've got clips in there and you just stick it
you
in.
just clip it on.
Turns out it comes with a template
Yeah.
of how big to, like
Yeah.
you draw around the template and that's the
makes
size
sense.
of the hole.
Yeah.
That is it.
Didn't know that. I literally just put the vent down and gone,
That big.
I could eyeball that. That's why it's longer than the vent.
There is
So there's lots of ventilation.
there is a very important saying called measure twice, cut once. You've clearly measured
And
none.
I looked at it. And I
Measured none,
said to-
cut once.
I looked at it and said to Josh, "That was a case of cut twice, measure once,
Yeah.
wasn't it?"
Anyway.
Well, the word measure might be
Yeah, it
superfluous
was
there.
very,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if we're all quiet, you can't hear my computer.
We could
Because
never
it's in
hear
the
it.
other-
on the
I
podcast.
could anyway, yeah. I'm pretty
Damn
sure
it.
it wasn't there to start with.
To be honest, I got aircon installed in this room, but it always annoyed me that my computer was near my feet. So the top of me would sit under the aircon and be cold. And then my right leg would just be really hot.
But then it meets in the middle and it's perfect.
But my right leg.
Yeah, it meets in the middle.
But my right leg.
Meets in the middle.
So I've eliminated that issue.
Okay. I just thought it might have been more. For
This is the
aesthetic
beauty
or
of
cable
owning
management
your own
reasons.
house.
You can slowly destroy it.
You
See,
can
the
make as
problem
many
is-
holes as you
The
want.
problem is, in one of the share houses I frequented, someone just decided to do like a very similar thing.
Goodbye, Bond.
And that was, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't part of it, but it
Yeah.
was a thing of beauty to watch because there was like brick in that wall.
Oh.
There was all sorts of stuff. And it was just like, no, I need the cables through here for this. And I'm just, this is, back when it was, oh God, I can't even remember what year it was, but it was like everyone had Macs for video editing.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. It was a dude trying to link up his bedroom, which was next door, with his video editing
Oh, of
suite,
course
which
it was. Of course it was.
Yeah. And all I know for sure is that they like, it was two guys trying to do it. They started on one side, and then for some reason they started on the other side as well. The holes didn't match up. There was a lot of shenanigans.
That was my problem. So I drilled. So I've got the circular saw bit.
Yeah.
Drill bit.
Drill
so
bit,
the-
yeah. So you
make
can
a
drill
hole. Did it on this side. Went to the laundry and I'm like, oh, where's that hole?
Yeah.
I don't have a drill bit long enough to go through the plaster on this side,
Yeah.
the cavity, and the plaster on the other
I
side.
swear, every time you tell me a story where you do DIY, my asshole puckers.
So I just got like the longest screwdriver I had.
Yeah.
Put it in the hole that I'd already made. Got a
Yeah, you
mallet
made a
and
hole,
just dunk.
yeah. Then you could match it up.
Yeah.
No, see, that is much more
concerning thing was
preferable
the
than getting it
stud finder.
wrong.
Well, then just putting 5 holes in the other
Yeah,
side going, oh, no.
The stud finder was convinced that there was electrical wires behind where I wanted to put the hole. But as Dave knows, I ignore that.
Don't trust that. Yes, you do. How's the puckering,
handle,
Jamie?
because the handle
Oh,
on
it's
the
puckered.
the handle on the drill is plastic. So even if you hit a wire, chances are the wire's going to move out of the way. If you're drilling through,
This is going to need a disclaimer on this podcast.
if you're drilling through, right?
Yeah, the disclaimer is don't let nerds do DIY.
Josh, it's not a trained
Josh,
drill. Like,
do
he's a
that.
little hobby.
If you drill through a wire, it's just going to move it out of the way. You're not going to get a drill bit
How
into
tight-
a singular wire.
If the wire is
Is
fairly
it taut?
taut,
Yeah.
it's going to like.
I've seen when they built the house, nothing in this house is taut.
Your wife lives here, Josh. Come on.
I turn around, I look back, I see a light in the distance and go, oh, we crossed that a while ago.
The line is a dot to you.
I saw a chance.
I fear
I
that
had to take it.
I feel the drill may have scratched the
Most
line.
unnecessary.
We apologise for this break in transmission.
I wasn't ready
You
for
know
you
the worst
to
thing is I'm
overreact.
laughing at Jamie because I don't actually know what that even means. Like if I was taught,
just what does taut mean?
I get it now. She's had 2 kids, okay?
No, we didn't need to go further. No, please no,
Dave's benefit. Oh,
please no.
this is why Dave's our moral compass.
I'm in the I should be in the fetal position right now. I'm just slowly walking back and forth.
Because I saw a chance. I had to take it.
You're so lucky Jess doesn't listen to the podcast.
We
I
apologise
was
to.
telling you shouldn't be saying.
I was going to narrow down who we apologise to. No, I apologise to everyone.
Jamie just died. Jamie looks like he's just woken up now.
Well, you know how he said he was, puckered. I think it's probably flipped inside out now.
I'm so glad that landed as well as it did.
I think I think that's it for this podcast.
No.
guys.
Actually, probably.
And when we say this podcast, we're in forever.
Yeah.
Where do we go from
Yeah, we
here?
can't
So
beat that.
there's
Yeah.
nowhere else to be after that.
So, anyway.
How good are computer games? Yeah.
You tried once, Dave. I don't think it's going to work again. Stay tuned for details on our cooking show. We're going to kick that off soon. Dave and I, we're going to get together and we're going to just talk League of Legends. So I know there's a lot of demand for that. So just hang tight and we'll get that out there.
Stay taut.
All right. Okay, everybody. Well,
That cannot be the same.
until next time, everybody. I've been Jamie.
I've been Nick.
I've been Josh.
I'm taut, Dave. Still.
And as
I hope
always,
that Dave is taught to be honest.
I'm now considering the fact that bigger than Dave is a measurement.
as always, I'm so sorry.